So a while ago, I did this video called Every US President in a Nutshell, and I'm sure it might have confused some of my fans because, it's different from my usual style of videos, but, I'm just full useless trivia. But anyways, so the reason why I'm doing this video is because, I wanted to branch out my kind of content a little bit from movie reviews, since I got another review coming up pretty soon with a movie called Those Who Wish Me Dead. But I wanted to fit something else in the time before my review, so here is every US state in a nutshell. If I end up offending some of you, then I'm sorry, but your state might suck. We'll start with Alabama. Heavy southern accents and legal... I think you know what I'm talking about. Alaska. You may not enjoy the snow and the crime, but our scenery and culture is sure to draw people in. Plus, there was that one Disney movie that was set in here, Brother Bear. That movie was underrated. Arizona. We do have Phoenix and two big YouTube animators. One of them, Jaden Animations, is also a big simp magnet. Just don't come around here if you hate scorching heat. Arkansas. Racism, transphobia, no good jobs outside of Walmart. If you live here, I'm sorry, but your state kinda sucks. California. LA has snooty celebrities, traffic, and pollution, and all of that just to have a lot of movies nowadays filmed in Georgia of all states. Mainly Marvel movies, and the shows. Colorado. Snow, drugs, and really good pizza. Connecticut. The land of great schools, small size, snobby rich people, and a particular animation studio that was closed down a while back. Blue Sky Studios. Yeah, it was set in Connecticut. Delaware, the first state and one of the most boring states at that. DC, does this one even count? Florida, warm weather, beaches, hurricanes, and crazy people. Also, I was born in this state in the small town of Melbourne, so that officially makes me a Florida man. Georgia, a lot of movies are being filmed here nowadays. Why? We don't really know. Hawaii. Great for vacations, but you may not want to stay here as the rent is expensive and the people are jerks. Or at least that's how they were when I went on vacation here. Idaho. Potato farms, a billion trees, and lakes deeper than FNAF lore. Illinois. Chicago. That's all. The rest of Illinois is really boring. Indiana. NASCAR and Garfield. That's basically all Indiana has to offer. Iowa. Yes, we're boring. You don't have to rub it in. Kansas. It may be boring, but we do have the Wizard of Oz. Just don't reference it in front of the locals. They take it as an insult. Kentucky. 2 words. Fried chicken. Louisiana, or Louisiana if you're from the South. Good for jazz and terrible for just about everything else. Maine. The most Canadian place in the Union, eh? Maryland. Wonderful clam chowder and not so wonderful gang violence in Baltimore. Massachusetts. A history buff's paradise. Well, mainly when it comes to Boston, but still. Michigan. Detroit taints the image of this state like how lead taints the water in Flint. Minnesota. Hey look, another state known for being really freaking cold. Mississippi. It's hard to spell, and it's hard to find something good about this state, because it sucks. Missouri. Makes sense why people call it misery, because it sucks in this state. Montana. It's freezing cold, and hardly anyone lives there, but people like it for some reason. I mean, it has nice scenery, though, so that kind of makes sense. Nebraska. There's Omaha, and there's boring rural fields, and as far as the eye can see. It's supposed to be areas, but I said fields because I wasn't really looking at the description. Whoops. Nevada. A side effect of Nevada includes a serious gambling problem. Although I didn't gamble when I went to Vegas because I was too young for that at the time, and I still am because I'm only 14. New Hampshire. It's extremely boring here, but they do make grape jelly in this state, which is actually my favorite flavor of jelly. New Jersey. US history is plentiful here, and sadly, so is pollution. Also, WandaVision was set in this state, which is nice because currently it's my favorite Disney Plus show. New Mexico. Lots of UFOs, lots of car robberies, and lots of stuff you'd find in regular Mexico. Except this is New Mexico, not Old Mexico. New York. It has the greatest city in the world when it comes to steep rent and awful traffic. And that's basically all there is about New York City. North Carolina. Not only did the first airplane fly here, but lung cancer numbers are soaring as well. Oh, and they also have nice beaches. North Dakota. South Dakota, except a little more boring and a lot more cold. Ohio. It's boring, sure, but the Captain Underpants series is set in this state, so at least has that going for it. Oklahoma. Tornadoes. Lots and lots of tornadoes. Oh yeah, and the Oklahoma City bombing, but everyone forgets about that. So sad. Oregon, or however you pronounce it. Lots of rain, lots of grungy white people, and oh yeah, the Oregon Trail. Pennsylvania, American history and cream cheese. What more could you ask for in a state? Rhode Island. Yes, we're small. You don't have to rub it in. Also, we have Family Guy set in this state. South Carolina. It's already boring, but it'll be way more boring here since you're most likely poor. South Dakota. Everything interesting here is made out of rocks. Tennessee. Country music, heavy southern accents, and more country music. Texas. Houston is big, like the rest of the state. Plus, they got Austin, an amazing city, and my middle name. Or at least the source of my middle name. Utah. Two things that start with M. Mountains and Mormons. Vermont. We may be incredibly boring, but we do have maple syrup and Bernie Sanders, so that's nice. And also Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Virginia, the state I currently live in at the time of this video. US history, the state. Oh, and Pharrell Williams is also from the state. Yeah, he was born in Virginia Beach, which I live close to, so that's nice. Washington. Two polar opposites in one state. Nature and technology. West Virginia. Virginia, but with much more obesity and much more of a lack of good paying jobs. Wisconsin. Cheese. That's it. We also have the Packers, but people only know us for cheese. Wyoming. The last state. Probably the most boring state, so don't come here if you don't like being bored. And that was every state in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please subscribe and follow my other social media, which is linked in the description. And I'll be seeing you all again later. Bye!